Hailey Bieber just dropped the ultimatum's confession that has everyone talking, and honestly, it might be the most genuine thing she's ever shared with the world. After months of silence about her journey with baby Jack Blues Bieber, she's finally pulling back the curtain on what really happened behind those perfect Instagram posts. And trust me, you need to hear this. If you're looking for raw, unfiltered celebrity truth, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're diving deep into stories that matter. Picture this: Hailey Bieber, the woman who's built her entire brand, looking effortlessly perfect, suddenly becomes vulnerable about stretch marks, sleepless nights, and that products that literally saved her sanity during pregnancy and beyond. This is entire typical celebrity endorsement post, and the internet is absolutely losing their minds over whether this is genuine relativity or just another calculated. The revelation came through a detailed Instagram story where Hailey shared her complete pregnancy and postpartum survival kit. She started by saying that since her son is almost 8 years old, she wanted to finally share her favorite pregnancy and post-baby essentials that she loved and couldn't live without, some of which she still uses today for any pregnant or new mamas. These were the things she absolutely couldn't survive without. Her list reads like a real mother's emergency kit, not some curated influence collection. Bumpology Bum Butter topped the list, followed by various belly butters specific dosage for stretch mark prevention. She mentioned road glaze stretch marks. Cream, which makes perfect sense because the Anyan who's been pregnant knows that stretch marks are absolutely real and completely normal despite what social media might suggest. The road lip treatment obviously made an appearance, which honestly would be weird if it didn't since it's her own company, but also included products from other brands that clearly weren't sponsorship stills. Neuron Body Butter, nipple cups for breastfeeding schemes, nursing Brissan boy shorts, and mom cozy pumps all made the cut. The fact that she included nipple cups and nursing specific items shows she's talking about the actual reality of postpartum life, not just the Instagram-worthy moments. Bio oil earned a special mention for scarring, which again points to someone who actually dealt with the physical changes that come with pregnancy and childbirth. She included basic necessities like wipes and diapers, comfortable pajamas, bumpsuit belly bands and carriers, compression socks, body armor drinks, coconut water, trace mineral drops, nipple butter, and glass milk jars for storing breast milk. The internet reaction has been absolutely fascinating to watch unfold. Some people are celebrating this as the most relatable Hailey has ever been, finally showing a side of herself that feels authentic and accessible. These fans argue that she's been criticized for years for seeming too perfect and untouchable, and this glimpse into the messy real parts of motherhood is exactly what people wanted to see from her. But then there's the other camp that's questioning the timing and motivation behind this sudden vulnerability. Critics are asking why she waited almost a year to share this information, especially when she could have been connecting with other pregnant women and new mothers throughout her entire journey. Some are speculating that this is a calculated move to improve her public image or possibly even sponsored content disguised as personal recommendations. The timing question is particularly interesting because Hailey kept her pregnancy relatively private. Compared to other celebrities, she announced it when she was already 6 months along and throughout the remainder of her pregnancy and early motherhood. She shared very little about the actual experience. This silence was especially noticeable given that she has her own body and wellness brand, which would have been the perfect platform for discussing pregnancy-safe products and postpartum care. What makes this whole situation even more complex is the comparison to other celebrities who have been praised for their openness about pregnancy and motherhood. Stars like Tracy Teigen, Amy Schumer, and Ashley Graham has built entire portions of their brands around honest discussions of pregnancy symptoms, postpartum nutrition, breastfeeding struggles, and the physical and emotional challenges of becoming a mother. The authenticity question becomes even more relevant when you consider Hailey's previous brand image. She's always been associated with that effortless, perfect lifestyle that feels almost unattainable to regular people. Her social media presence has typically featured flawless makeup, designer outfits, exotic vacations, and picture-perfect moments with Justin. This sudden shift toward discussing apple butter and compression socks feels like a complete departure from her usual content. Some social media users are pointing out that this could have been an incredible opportunity for genuine connection if it had happened in real time. Imagine if Hailey had shared her pregnancy journey as it was happening, discussing morning sickness, body changes, fears about childbirth, and the overwhelming nature of preparing for a first baby. That kind of content could have created a complete live-for relationship with her audience. The business angle can't be ignored either. Several of the products she mentioned are from brands that commonly work with influencers, and some people are questioning whether this is actually a series of undisclosed barters. While she did include her own road products, she also mentioned Edgems, which raises questions about potential collaboration with Kim Kardashian's brand. But looking at the actual products she listed, many of them are genuinely practical items that real mothers swear by: bio oil for scarring, compression socks for circulation, comfortable nursing bras, and coconut water for hydration are all things that appear on countless genuine pregnancy and postpartum recommendation lists created by actual mothers, not marketing teams. The glass milk jar mention is particularly telling because storing breast milk is one of those unglamorous but essential parts of breastfeeding that most people don't think about until they're in the middle of it. It's that kind of detail that suggests real experience rather than research content. The reaction from actual mothers has been mixed, but generally more positive than the general internet response. Many women are simply happy to see any celebrity acknowledging that pregnancy and postpartum recovery involve more than just cute baby bumps and adorable newborn photos. They're reappreciating seeing someone with Hailey's platform finally mention compression socks and nipple butter, even if it took almost a year. Some mothers are also defending the timing, pointing out that many women need time to process their pregnancy and birth experiences before they're ready to share them publicly. The postpartum period can be emotionally overwhelming, and adding public scrutiny to that experience might not be something everyone wants to handle in real time. The broader conversation dishes spark debate about celebrity authenticity is equally fascinating. People are re-questioning what they actually want from public figures and whether immediate sharing of personal experiences should be expected or whether privacy during major life events should be respected. There's also the question of whether this represents a shift in Hailey's several brand strategy. Is this the beginning of a more relatable, authentic version of her public persona? Or is this a one-time attempt to address criticism about being too perfect and unrelatable? Only time will tell if this kind of content becomes a regular part of her social media presence. The impact in her business ventures could be significant either way. If this is seen as genuine, it could help the road connect with a broader audience of mothers and women who previously felt excluded from the brand's aesthetic. If it's viewed as calculated, it could backfire and make people even more skeptical of her motivations. What's particularly interesting is how this fits into the larger conversation about social media on motherhood. There's been growing pushback against the perfect mommy blogger aesthetic, with more women demanding honest discussions about the challenges of pregnancy, childbirth, and raising children. Hailey's post, regardless of its motivation, contributes to that conversation. The products themselves tell a story about the reality of pregnancy and early motherhood that's rarely discussed in celebrity circles. Stretch mark cream, nipple butter, compression socks, and milk storage solutions are all deeply practical items that address the physical realities of growing and feeding a human being. These aren't glamorous topics, but they're essential ones for anyone going through this experience. Moving forward, it will be interesting to see whether Hailey continues this more open approach to sharing her experiences, or if this was a one-time experiment. In vulnerability, the response to this post will likely influence her future content strategy and could potentially reshape how she connects with her audience. The conversation around this post also highlights the impossible position many female celebrities find themselves in regarding authenticity. They recognize for being too perfect and unrelatable. But then, when they do share more personal content, they're accused of being calculated or seeking attention. It's a known situation that reflects broader societal expectations about how women should behave in public spaces. Whether you believe this was a genuine moment of vulnerability or a strategic brand move, it has succeeded in generating exactly the kind of conversation that could benefit both Hailey personally and her business ventures. It's reminded people that even celebrities deal with the unglamorous realities of motherhood. And it's opened up space for discussions about the products and support systems that actually help. If you want to stay updated in celebrity authenticity moments and the real stories behind the perfect posts, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because we're always here to break down what's really happening behind the scenes.